two colonies of giants once lived peacefully, the Avar and the Tharn. They made agreements and traded. But then it all went wrong.
You are carving too deep into the mountain.
I built them.
Release the mechanisms!
Long before humans claimed the land with fences and kingdoms, two great peoples walked the world, the Avar and the Tharn. The Avar looked almost human, if humans were the height of towers. Their skin ranged from pale gold to deep bronze, their hair long and braided, their movements graceful despite their size. They lived high in the mountains, building terraces, stone halls, and sky bridges that stretched between cliffs like silver ribbons. Their cities caught the sunlight and cast long shadows over the valleys below. The Tharn lived in those valleys. They were just as tall as the Avar, but built entirely differently, broad, heavy, and rough like carved stone. Their skin looked like weathered granite. Their features were angular, with deep-set eyes and slow, powerful movements. When a Tharn walked, you could sometimes hear the faint grind of rock, like two stones rubbing together. They were not magical, simply a species shaped by centuries of living in the cold earth and canyon winds. For generations, the Avar and the Tharn lived in peace. Life in the mountains was demanding. The Avar farmed enormous terraced fields that clung to cliff sides, harvesting grain stalks that swayed like forests in the wind. Their smiths forged weapons, tools, and architectural frames from ore they mined deep in the mountains. Their children practiced climbing sheer cliffs and tossing stones the size of boulders as casually as human children throw pebbles.
Imagine
the Avar valued ambition
all
and
three
mastery.
peaks, a testament to our mastery. The height is ambitious, but achievable.
That was their creed. The Tharn lived close to the valley floors and along massive quarries carved over centuries. They built their dwellings directly into canyon walls, creating vast networks of carved chambers, steps, and pillars. They shaped stone with calm patience, carving great causeways and reinforcing cliffs to prevent landslides. Tharn society was quiet, orderly, and deeply connected to the land. They believed that stone carried memory, that every cut, every fracture, every carved step was a story etched into the bones of the world. Between mountain and valley stood a line of colossal standing stones. The Avar had raised them, the Tharn had carved them. Each stone bore two symbols, the Avar spiral, representing the wind, and the Tharn chisel mark, symbolizing the earth. Once a year, both peoples met there to trade. Avar offered wood, grain, and crafted goods. The Tharn brought finely shaped stone, tools, and raw materials. These gatherings were peaceful. Avar children would play among the Tharn's heavy stone legs, tracing the cracks in their skin. Tharn elders would gently pat Avar children with hands as rough as quarry walls. It was not just trade, it was tradition. Over time, the mountains began to shift. A bridge on the Avar side cracked unexpectedly. A terrace sank a few meters, ruining a year's harvest. Irrigation channels collapsed under their own weight. The Avar believed the problem lay in the stone itself. At the same time, the Tharn noticed that the Avar were mining deeper into the mountains than ever before. Caverns that had stood stable for centuries began to fracture. Landslides became more frequent. To the Avar, the land seemed to be failing them. To the Tharn, the Avar were carving too greedily into the earth. The first sparks of fear and blame began to replace trust. During a routine trade gathering, tensions finally surfaced.
You are carving too deep into the mountain.
I built them. I built these traditions.
She demanded answers for the failing stone, accusing the Tharn of poor craftsmanship or hidden sabotage. Voran denied it, insisting the Avar had weakened the mountains with reckless digging. Voices rose. Avar warriors shifted uneasily. Tharn workers clenched their heavy fists. Then the ground trembled. Just a small quake, but enough. The nearest border stone cracked from top to bottom and toppled with a thunderous crash. The shared symbol of peace split in two. No one knew whether it was natural or caused by the Avar's overmining or the Tharn's quarrying. But both sides believed the worst. Shouts filled the air, accusations, threats. The old peace died at the feet of that fallen stone. Retaliation came quietly at first. A Tharn work crew blocked a mountain pass the Avar relied on. In response, Avar guards turned away Tharn traders.
We have traveled too far to be stopped by you.
Minor rock slides and falling boulders were blamed on each other. Small scuffles broke out. Each side assumed the other started it. Then came the tragedy that sealed their fate. One night, an ancient Avar bridge collapsed entirely. Dozens died in the fall. No proof ever emerged, but the Avar believed the Tharn had sabotaged it by weakening the supports. Whether true or not, Kayla demanded war, and the Avar prepared. The Avar converted mountain outposts into fortresses. They built gigantic catapults anchored into the cliffs, designed to hurl boulders the size of houses. Their smiths reforged farming tools into massive spears and cleaving axes. Tower-sized shields were erected to provide cover as they descended the slopes. The Tharn prepared in their own way. They chiseled rolling stone boulders and positioned them on high canyon shelves. They reinforced their bodies with additional stone plating for battle. They carved jagged pits and traps along the valley floor. Both sides reshaped the land not for life, but for destruction. The valley where they once traded became the battlefield. The Avar descended in formation, shields planted like a moving wall. Above them, catapults launched the first volley. Boulders hurtled down, smashing into the Tharn ranks and shattering stone bodies. The Tharn did not run. They advanced steadily, pushing through the storm of stone. From the cliffsides, their prepared rockfalls thundered down, scattering Avar soldiers. When the armies finally met, it was like two natural disasters. Colliding, Avar blades split stone, sending chunks flying. Kayla and Vorin faced each other amid the chaos.
Kayla, look at what we've done. This endless conflict has cost us everything. I never wanted it to come to this.
This is your fault, Vorun. You led us into this trap.
My fault?
You were the one who charged ahead.
Their battle ended with both falling, injured, exhausted, and surrounded by ruin. Neither side won. When the dust settled, the valley was littered with broken stone limbs and fallen Avar warriors. Each side withdrew to their homes, grieving, angry, and uncertain. The war dragged on in small clashes and territorial pushes. Yet even in wartime, small acts of compassion remained. A Tharn quietly guiding lost Avar children home. An Avar reinforcing a cliff to prevent a landslide that would have buried a Tharn settlement. Some say the remnants of their world still stand. Strange terraces high on mountainsides, carved steps leading nowhere, half-collapsed quarries filled with silent shadows. And when the wind runs through the canyons or the ground trembles faintly, people claim they can hear the distant echoes of giants. Two mighty peoples who loved the same land but forgot how to share it.